What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. The war between teen mom OG parents Maci Bookout and Ryan Edwards continues to rage on as his mother, Mimi Jen, had to celebrate her birthday without her firstborn grandchild. She posted a photograph of herself with her other grandchildren, Stella and Jagger, including her step-grandson Hudson as well, with a caption that reads, #birthday-fun, #my-sweet-buddies, #55, but noticeably absent from the photo was her firstborn grandchild, Bentley Edwards. As you recall, a couple of days ago, Ryan Edwards' father, Larry, went to The Sun to give a couple of statements about how Maci has allegedly been keeping Bentley from Ryan and Jen and Larry as well. You know, like they didn't get to see Bentley on Halloween. Larry said that, you know, as of around Halloween weekend, it had been about 2 weeks since they had seen Bentley, and he claims that it's all because Ryan wouldn't comply with some sort of a request that Maci had for him. Larry said Maci asked him to either do something or maybe she needed something, and he refused to comply with it. And you know, I assume that that was for Ryan to pass a drug test, because there's no other explanation. There's nothing that Maci can possibly need from Ryan. You know, it can't be like, can we switch weekends or can we do this, because they don't have a formal agreement. So technically Maci can have Bentley whenever, for as long as she, like, there's nothing that gives Ryan any real rights to Bentley, because they never established anything illegally in court. So that leads me to believe that Ryan might have unfortunately fallen off the wagon. Maci wanted to be certain that everything was okay. She requested a drug test, and you know, maybe Ryan decided that he didn't want to do that, obviously because he knows that he could potentially not pass such a thing. But again, that is something that's happening between Maci and Ryan. I'm very curious about the state of the relationship between Maci and Jen and Larry, because remember, even when Maci had a restraining order against Ryan, Jen and Larry were still able to see Bentley from time to time. But now this time, they can't even see him for weeks on end, not even Halloween, and not even for Mimi Jen's birthday. Something had to have happened between the parents and her. You know, and you know, when you also read between the lines on what Larry was saying to The Sun, he was kind of like, you know, being snippy, you know, being a little bit shady towards Maci. He was like, oh, well, Ryan's not just going to do something because Maci requested it, and that's why she's keeping Bentley from him. Like, that is a shady way to word something. And you know what, before we even go into how he's wording things, him running to the tabloids with a story is shady in the first place. So, you know what, I'm very, very curious to see all of this play out in the next season of Teen Mom OG. So, you know, naturally, The Sun, the journalist over at The Sun, asked Larry, well, why doesn't Ryan try to get some sort of custody agreement formally put into place so that he can see Bentley, you know, on a regular basis, so that he doesn't go weeks without seeing him? And Larry responded by saying, going through a custody battle could cause Ryan to become triggered and, you know, relapse again. And so he doesn't want that to happen. And again, that's something that he's putting on Maci's plate, you know, versus his own child's plate. But I honestly think the real reason why Ryan does not want to go through a custody battle is because between his criminal record, his, you know, very public history with addiction, it's not likely that he would win. And not only that, it's not, in my opinion, it's not seeming very likely that he is currently sober. And I think that, you know, maybe his parents are the type to ignore all the very obvious signs until they get it in black and white. Maybe even in black and white, they'll ignore it. But you know what I mean? It seems like they're very dead set on supporting him through everything, that they're gonna ignore some of the obvious things. So maybe Ryan just doesn't want something to be able to definitively tell them that he has fallen off the wagon, if he has fallen off the wagon, and that is why he is not going to pursue this legally. And the most obvious thing to me is I don't think that he's even very interested in parenting. We've seen how little effort he put into being there for his child over the course of his entire life, and his new children as well. Jagger, he said that, you know, hey, Mackenzie, his wife, call me when this child is like, I don't know, like 3-4 years old, then maybe I'll come around, but I don't want to be overly involved with, like, you know, raising a baby for the time being. So I don't see it for him. By the way, Maci is still following Mimi Jen and Ryan on Instagram, so I don't know. I don't know how deep this feud is running. I noticed that Mimi Jen is also still following Maci as well. So, you know, there is, of course, a chance that they can all reconcile. But in my opinion, I think it all comes down to Ryan Edwards taking and passing a drug test. Guys, are you surprised to see that Maci did not allow Bentley to spend Mimi Jen's birthday with her? And do you think that Larry running to the tabloids to gossip about Maci might have had something to do with it? Or was she already kind of digging her heels in? Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.